Is Sister Wives hiding another secret in plain sight? Flushed. Just when fans thought the Nanny drama was over, a blurry fridge chart inside Robyn Brown's home has sparked a wildfire of questions. Pancakes at 10:35. Waffles at 10:55. Who's tracking it, and why? With 5 adults under one roof, including Kody Brown, viewers can't help but ask, does Robyn still have a nanny, and what does that really mean? Fans remember the explosive moment when Kody Brown asked the question that shook the family, what does the nanny do? Now, that question feels more powerful than ever. Is this innocent parental organization, or proof that something bigger is being kept quiet? If a nanny is still involved, what does that say about trust, control, and the cracks that may still be forming behind closed doors? Because if this small detail is true, it could change how fans see Robyn's entire storyline moving forward. And this might only be the beginning. Sister Wives proof Robyn Brown still has nanny. Wait, do Kody and Robyn Brown still employ a nanny for their youngest children? That's a question many Sister Wives viewers have after catching the latest episode. Robyn Brown doesn't have a full-time job outside the show. Throughout the course of Sister Wives, she's had a few different business ventures, including the now-defunct My Sister Wife's Closet Shop. Logic says she wouldn't need a nanny. But some eagle-eyed fans think they've found proof one still cares for Sol and Ari. Does Robyn Brown still have her nanny? Since Robyn Brown is a stay-at-home mom, most viewers thought she let the nanny go after the pandemic. But now, fans think there's still one around. Sol and Ari's fridge food chart, a Sister Wives viewer posted on Reddit, combining Sol and Ari's names. What is happening with this chart? What has Sol eaten? Pancakes 10:35. What has Ari eaten? Waffles 10:55. I have many questions. The op attached a blurry screenshot of Robyn's fridge, but viewers can still make out that it's a food chart and that the children ate breakfast that day. Other Redditors chimed in and pointed out that these are very common when children have other caregivers, such as a nanny. Fans knew they had a nanny during the pandemic, but didn't think they would still employ her once the dust cleared. On top of that, Robyn's 3 oldest children are all adults and frequently around the house. Kody Brown's famous, "What does the nanny do?" quote has never seemed more relevant. Comments included, "I get this if it's communication from a caregiver to a parent when kids are very young. But Sol and Ari are in elementary, possibly Sol in middle school, they can tell her what they ate and when if she needed to know." This seems like notes from a caregiver to a parent. What did a child eat and when? Typically whenever I would do this, the children were a lot younger. Unless there's a medical issue. I don't think this is that weird. However, if she was tracking how many are calories or who's taking what from the fridge, then that's a little different. I can't believe with 5 adults living there and 2 school-aged children they still need a nanny. Why did they need a nanny again? Both kids are old enough to generally manage themselves at home as long as an adult is in the house, and Robyn doesn't work or have MSWC anymore. Do you think Kody and Robyn Brown still have a nanny for their 2 youngest kids? Or is the food chart indicative of something else? Share what you think in the comments below. Now I am Uncover. Janelle Brown reflects on how she's been portrayed on TV, continues to hint that she's not returning to Sister Wives. Janelle Brown's future on Sister Wives remains unknown, but according to the mom of 6's latest social media posts, it appears that she may finally be leaving the TLC series after 20 seasons. On Sunday, Janelle took to Instagram to reflect on the many years she's appeared on reality TV, particularly how people perceive her based solely on what they've seen on the show. When people only know your story from TV, you spend a lot of time rebuilding the parts they never saw, she wrote. In the caption of her post, Janelle noted, as she also did recently, how strange it is to have people feel like they know her based on what they've seen on Sister Wives, while insisting that it's only a version of her life. A real version, yes, but not the whole thing, she explained. Not the private thoughts or the quiet heartbreaks or the pieces you don't even understand yourself yet. Janelle went on to reveal that she was able to learn more about herself after the cameras went away, suggesting, once again, that her time on Sister Wives may be over. After the cameras went away, I realized how much of my identity had been shaped by what people thought they knew, and rebuilding after that, honestly, it takes time, she wrote. You start asking yourself, okay, who am I without all of that? Who am I when nobody's watching? That rebuilding has been messy and beautiful at the same time. And I'm still learning, still uncovering parts of myself I didn't have space to explore back then, Janelle continued. If you've ever felt misunderstood or flattened into one version of yourself, you get this. There's a whole world inside you that deserves to be known, not just seen, known. As the Ashley told you last week, Janelle dropped multiple hints on social media that her TLC days are behind her, while reflecting on the times she believed would break her, including leaving Sister Wives, leaving the show, leaving a marriage, starting over at an age where everyone expects you to have it all figured out, she wrote in one of her recent Instagram reels. I kept looking at the pieces and thinking something must be wrong with me. But now, standing where I am, I can see it differently. None of those moments were breaking points. They were shedding points. Old expectations. Old versions of myself. Old identities that were never really mine. Days earlier, Janelle opened up on the platform about living a large part of her life on camera and how it caused many people to form opinions about her without ever hearing her actual voice. As Janelle did in her latest reel, she noted that while people have watched moments on screen, there are many things they never saw because she wasn't ready to share them. Now that life feels quieter, I'm learning how to open up in many ways I never had space to before, she explained last week. It feels vulnerable, but also like I'm finally letting people meet the real me. And honestly, that feels like healing. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown says she may have a crisis of faith if she's not granted spiritual release from Kody by her former church. The best cure for a bad, spiritual marriage is a spiritual divorce, but in a preview of Sunday's episode of Sister Wives shared by TLC, Janelle Brown worries her former church won't agree. In the preview clip, Janelle reveals to daughter Maddie that she's seeking a church-sanctioned end to her marriage to Kody. I've got to go to Salt Lake. I'm going to meet with the church leadership about a spiritual divorce from your dad, Janelle tells her daughter. In a confessional, Janelle reveals, I have approached the church leadership and asked for a release, given my justification, given my reasons, and then I need to go meet with them, and then I think it's kind of just a decision process after that. Maddie shares in her confessional that she's concerned about her mother's decision to meet with leaders from their former church. My initial reaction is, what the FK, why? I don't want her to go back to it. I think plural marriage in general is pretty toxic, she said. Janelle addresses her daughter's wariness, telling her, "Look, I'm not part of the faith anymore, but, Maddie, it was what I honored as a marriage covenant. It was a marriage to me, as binding as a legal marriage, so I just want to have all ties broken. I will feel like I've done everything I needed to do and I'll hold myself divorced," Janelle says in the episode. "If they say no, and I mean I have to admit it as a possibility, but I don't think so." Janelle worried that she may have a crisis of faith if the church refuses to grant her the release. "But if they do refuse, I don't think God intends for me to stay connected to this person who doesn't want to be married to me and has moved on with his life and the same with me." Janelle isn't the first of Kody's wives to seek a spiritual divorce. His first wife Mary also requested and received a release from Kody. In a clip shared by TLC last week, Mary shared her experience of getting a spiritual divorce from Kody and offered Janelle her support. "I don't know how long this process normally takes," Mary said in a confessional. "I don't believe that they had any intention of granting the release on that day. I felt like they still wanted to talk to Kody, and I could see that it was not going that way, and I started asking questions and he finally did say, 'You know what, you're here, we're here, let's just do it.' So he granted it that day and I walked out of there single, and it was weird." The preview from Sunday's episode doesn't detail what inspired Janelle to seek a spiritual divorce from Kody. However, in a Sister Wives episode that aired earlier this month, the former spouses seemed to be on good terms as Kody met with Janelle to make amends, as he's been doing with his other former wives. "It was a great relationship," Janelle said in the episode of her and Kody's former union. "I still care about him and I think he still cares about me, but he's not in my life and I'm not going to be in his life. I wish he had a better relationship with the children, because then there would be a little more cohesion for the family. But that's a long ways away, I suspect." Janelle confirmed in 2022 that she and Kody had split after 30 years and 6 children together. They share Logan, Hunter, Gabriel, Maddie, Savannah and Garrison, who died in 2024. Prior to Janelle leaving, Kody's third wife Christine split from Kody in 2021. Currently only Kody's fourth wife Robyn remains married to the frizzy-haired failed polygamist. As she works through the process of getting a spiritual divorce on TV, Janelle may also be contemplating another end. Last week one of her Instagram posts led to speculation that Janelle is planning to leave the show, as the Ashley reported. "Leaving the show, leaving a marriage, starting over at an age where everyone expects you to have it all figured out," she wrote on Instagram. "I kept looking at the pieces and thinking something must be wrong with me. But now, standing where I am, I can see it differently." None of those moments were breaking points. They were shedding points. Old expectations. Old versions of myself. Old identities that were never really mine. Kody Brown says she won't make amends with her estranged dad Kody until the Sister Wives star fixes his relationships with her siblings too. Kody Brown says her estranged father Kody has tried to get back into her good graces over the past year or so, but the Sister Wives star insists that she won't allow it until he tries to make amends with the rest of her siblings. "My dad has reached out multiple times," Kody said during a recent interview with the Pop Psych YouTube show. "He reached out before he left to film Special Forces. Every time we've communicated, he's reached out and he's the one extending the foot, but it's hard because, with me, I'm a package deal. You've got to treat my whole family nice. You've got to treat my kids nice. You've got to talk to all of us. You can't just have me. You have to have all of us. As sister wives, fans are aware, Kody is estranged from Mykelti and nearly all of the rest of his other children, with his 3 ex-wives Meri, Janelle and Christine. For a long time, Mykelti, whose mother is Christine, was one of only a few of Kody's kids who continued to have a relationship with him and his wife Robyn. However, last year, Mykelti revealed that her relationship with Kody and Robyn had eventually soured, too. In her interview with Pop Psych, Mykelti said she wants her dad to not only try to repair his relationship with her, but also with her sisters and brothers that he no longer bothers with. I want him to be nice to Isabel. I want him to be nice to Savannah, Mykelti said. I want him to talk to Truly and hang out with her and go visit her. Truly, who is the only minor child Kody shares with any of his ex-wives, lives with her mom Christine in Utah, while Kody resides in Arizona. Still, Kody is supposed to be having visits with Truly. I want him to do all of this, and so if he calls me up, and he talks to me or I have a relationship with him, I'm gonna ask him, hey, what's going on with you and Truly? Hey, what's going on with you and Isabel? What's going on with you and Savannah? Mykelti stated that Kody will try to just work on his relationship with her, but she will shut it down. He's going to be like, I want to have a relationship with you right now. My relationship with them is separate. My relationship with you is with you, she said. That's kind of where he's at. He wants to figure out each relationship individually as they go. And I want to be like, why can't we all just get together, be happy and love each other? Mykelti is certainly not the first member of Kody's family to speak out about how poorly he's treated some of his kids. In September, his ex-wife Meri stated that she is sad to see how Kody acts as a parent today compared to how he once was with his kids. The way that he parents breaks my heart, she said. It really does. He's got children who need him and want to have a relationship with him, and he's not putting in the effort. I don't see it. I can't say he's not, but I don't see effort being put in where some of his kids really need it. That same month, Christine also said that she will not accept an apology from Kody until he makes up with his kids. When he fixes his relationship with his kids, that's when I'll accept the apology, Christine stated at the time. Like, take care of your kids, reach out to your kids, call them, spend time with them and work on that relationship, and then at that point we can talk apology. It's an action that should happen, not just words, she continued. Words don't mean a thing, it's just words. What do you think? Is the food chart normal, or is it proof the nanny never left? Down finger, drop your opinion in the comments. I'm reading everything. Thumbs up if you love deep dives into sister wives drama. Hit like so more fans can join the conversation. Bell subscribe for exclusive breakdowns, shocking updates, and the secrets TLC doesn't spell out. Clapperboard and don't miss the next video, where we uncover the real reason fans think the nanny situation could explode again.